Hey there, guys. So I'm doing my programming video that I told you guys I was gonna do for you. I think maybe the best way to get this started is to just kind of show you the program that I made. So I did a video on a linked list, and I think I need to redo it because it looked like the screen capture was kind of wonky, like didn't get everything. So I'm making a new one here, and this is just gonna be a demonstration of what the final product of the program is going to look like. So I just want to make sure, see. So this is the file here, the thing in blue. It's a doubly linked list, and if you want an application of a doubly linked list, the browser that you use with the back and forward button is kind of like a doubly linked list. It's a bunch of nodes all connected, and you can think about those nodes connected by a pointer. So you have the previous page, and then you have the next page, and as you press those buttons, it's going to different nodes. So this video is basically to show you how you can make something like that in C. The main reason why you would want to do something like this is to understand how pointers work. If you can make this program, by the end of it, you will have a very good understanding of how pointers work in C. So the last video I showed you how you can compile your C programs directly in the command line. So G++ is both the C++. It's GCC compiler was the first compiler. G++ is, I don't know, like some iteration. So you can use G++ to compile both C and C++ code. So I'll use dash output, and we'll call it demo.exe. Okay, and then if I run demo.exe, the first thing that this is going to ask me is, it's coming from create list. The function create list is going to be called here, and create list asks you to enter the number of nodes. So let's go with 4, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes. So the first function, display list. If you understand the code, I'll put a link to the GitHub repository for all this code, and you can copy it if you want and change it however you want, make it better. So display list, the function's there on line 121. So let's go ahead and run that. All it does is it shows 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the data that we stored in those nodes. And let's go ahead and insert a node in the beginning of the list. So we'll do 3. And we want to put 0 at the beginning of the list. Now hit 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's do insert a node at the end of the list. So let's put in 5 at the end of the list. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Let's insert a node after a specified node. So we'll do 5. And let's go ahead and put something after 2. And we'll put 42. Display the list. So you get 1, 2, 42, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now let's go ahead and delete a node. So this is kind of interesting. When it comes to deleting pointers, this is kind of tricky, and it actually took me a while to remember how to do this stuff. So deleting pointers it's probably the longest function that I have here. And you can see how I handle each case. I'll go through a more detailed explanation of how I handle each case. But you can see that I have a couple of if statements, and it's not so simple. So let's delete the first node here. So the element of the node that you'd like to delete. So I'm deleting by elements. So in this case, I'm going to enter 0 to delete that first node. Display list. Okay, did it. And now let's delete another node. Let's go ahead and delete the last one, 5. Display list. 1, 2, 42, 3, 4. And now let's delete another node. Let's go ahead and delete 42. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, my favorite part about a doubly linked list, because a single linked list is a little bit more difficult to understand how you reverse it, but this is probably the easiest function that I implemented here, and you can kind of visualize this P1 and P2 kind of like walking down the list. I'll explain that a little bit more in detail when I actually do a real video on how to make this whole entire program. So let's go ahead and reverse the list, and it's cool to have it reverse the list. I love stuff like this. It's really interesting. 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's an example of the program here. I'm going to make more videos and walk through in depth on how to do it. If you can make this program, that's a really good start to learning how to program in C. I followed some tutorials and kind of taught myself how to do this, and took it on as a challenge just to see if I really could program in C. And I can, barely. It's tricky to debug things, but it's fun. It looks cool. You're learning a lot, and if you can understand this, the reason why I tend to challenge myself to understand things in C is because I had a background in physics, and I think when you can understand things from the most fundamental level, the higher echelons of whatever you're looking at are easier to understand. So being able to understand C, really simple terms like how to delete pointers, will help you understand more complex languages later on. It'll make other things easier. Do the hard things now, and it'll make other things easier later. So the last thing here, quit. That's the end of the program. All right, and I got a new screencasting tool. I was using Open Broadcaster Studio before. I would not recommend that screencast. I would definitely recommend XSplit, because Open Broadcast Studio seems to always have a problem every other day, and that's what was really preventing me from making videos. It was really bad at recording things. So, all right, hope you enjoyed.